Y'all, I had not planned to talk about J. Cole anytime soon. Last year during the summer, he really pissed me off, but he got some new hotness happening. His life has shifted a bit. He's doing some awesome things, and we got to talk about this documentary. We got to talk about his new music and his basketball dreams. Let's get into it. All right, so stay to the end of this video so that you can actually know what the drama was with me and J. Cole, or the issues I had with J. Cole last summer. Man, he pissed me off so bad. I was hot, y'all, like so hot. And he's one of my favorite artists. I think that lyrically he is just exceptional. He is a living legend. Yes, I said it. I said what I said. And for what happened last summer to have happened, it really just put a sour taste in my mouth. I stopped listening to all his stuff. Like, I just stopped myself cold turkey. Like, I ain't doing it because he made me feel some type of way. But before I talk about any of that, I do want to talk about the new and amazing things that he has going on. I just watched his off-season documentary, which I thought was absolutely A1. There's a few things that I wanted to really highlight in this video because I think that it's just something really great to see, and it's super aspirational. When I started to hear about him pursuing his basketball dreams and deciding that he wanted to, go pro at basketball and making a pivot, I was like, oh, okay, what do you got going on? But, I support it. I support any person that's really going to explore their talents and really dive into the things that they are really, really passionate about, regardless of what the world has to say, regardless of what the world wants from you. I really believe that people should do what they want to do as long as it's not hurting anybody else, and as long as it is really feeding their soul and fulfilling, what they believe their purpose is to be on this earth. And if he's gifted as he thinks he is, or, as we can possibly see that he is in basketball, then maybe it's not meant for him to just be, a world-renowned amazing rapper. Maybe it's also meant for him to be a professional basketball player, and we will never know that if he doesn't take the chance and get out there and make it happen. So I'm so excited to see that. And in this short documentary that he released on his YouTube channel called the Off-Season Documentary, he really talks about a few mindset shifts that had to happen. He talked about some self-reflection. He talked about self-discipline, as well as holding himself accountable. And let's get into this real quick. I love at the beginning when he's talking about the co-opt intervention with his friends in the backyard of some seedy party he was at. He was drunk, he was high out his mind, and his friends came together to basically give him an intervention like, yo, are you going to double down in this rap or not? Take a listen.
After that, I thought about basketball. Why I ain't making it basketball? Nigga, I love to play. And at this point, I'm 21 years old, 22. And I'm like, nigga, why you didn't make it in basketball? Because you wasn't working.
Man, that part of it really speaks to the importance of the people that you have around you. Like Wild Cole said that, yo, like, I'm drinking, I'm smoking with y'all. The people around him might have been partying and whatever with him, but they also still knew that he was gifted. They also knew that he was different. They also knew that he was talented. They also knew that he had to get off his ass and get to work because he had something great in him that had to come out. And this is why it's so very, very, very important that you pick your people wisely and you move with a certain type of person, a certain group of people that's really going to help keep you on track, bring you back on track, and push you forward, because nobody makes it in this life alone. Regardless of if you are a creative, if you still need the support of others to really step into the excellence that you possibly have in you within your creative arts. And I love what he said about fighting against comfort and anti-laziness. He found himself after making it, right? Like, after you make it, you start to amass all this money, these accolades, people know your name, and everything is good, right? You don't want for the things that you wanted for anymore, and now you good. Like, you don't have to worry about rent, you don't have to worry about food, you don't have to worry about a car, so you can just chill, right? The answer to that, by way of his documentary, is no. Take a listen.
Are you okay with getting comfortable, chilling, mailing it in, waiting around on inspiration? If this is as high as you ever got, not career success-wise, but from a skill level.
And what I loved about this is that comfort can literally be the devil in some areas. Like, you may never reach your full potential if you settle for where you at. You settle for whatever you get immediately. And I know it makes for a very interesting conversation because you also don't want to always be in goal mode, right? Like, you can have super high ambitions and you can want more, but if you also never really are grateful for the things that you have, that could be a very slippery slope to fall down as well. But I thought it was so important to really highlight the conversation that he has around comfort and anti-laziness, because there is a certain amount of effort and work that has to happen after you make it so that you can maintain it, and then also just so that you can really glorify God and really be who you are meant to be, versus not just, hitting a certain level in this world or amongst people and being okay with that, but really getting to the top of wherever you are supposed to be and at least touching that pinnacle before you just say, okay, I'ma chill. I love the what he talked about in reference to needing a schedule so that he can really drop into the pursuit of his greatness, and specifically his interaction with Pharrell, and how Pharrell has a certain amount of time that he has a schedule that he sticks to when he's in the studio, and then when he's not, he's not. And Cole talks about using that so that he doesn't sacrifice his family time for music, and putting himself on a schedule allows for him to create a space for him to be creative in, but for him to also still have a life that he can actually move and be great as a father, be great as a husband, be great in all these other ways. Take a listen.
You need a schedule where your family knows that this is your time in the studio and this is the time when I'm at home on family mode.
That part really hit home to me because I need that now. Like, I'm traveling right now, I'm visiting family, and I typically have like a little bit of a routine, a little bit of a schedule when I'm back at home, but my schedule has been completely thrown off. I'm trying to record and babysit. I'm recording in the car, honey. I'm recording in my cousin's room. I'm doing all these different things, and it's really throwing me off. It's making me frustrated. It's making me a little bit overwhelmed. I don't feel like I'm necessarily doing the best that I typically could do with my videos, and it just reiterated to me after hearing this of like, yeah, it's very important for you to have a schedule. It's very important for you to have dedicated time, because even where I am now, like back home and I'm visiting family, I'm like breaking away to go record a video, and it's like, had I planned this out better, had I done a better job of creating a schedule, then I would have had my blocks of time for me just focusing on recording, me focusing on making my videos, me focusing on my business, and then I would have the block of time of me focusing on my niece and focusing on my mom and focusing on, giving time to the people that I love really, really close to me. He also talked about not waiting for inspiration anymore. He was just basically like, don't wait for inspiration. You have to get up and work. You build momentum by working, doing, going, not by waiting. And you have to start showing up. Take a listen.
Like the ideas that come to your mind that want to come out and they want to be written down, you second guess them because you haven't been in the momentum of trusting and seeing results. Instead of just being like, yo, it's a first line. Write the shit down and trust that it'll lead you to the second line and to the third. You know what I mean? So like, I had to just start showing up.
And yo, that is so true. Like, when I say y'all need to watch this, I'm going to link it in my description box down below, but you really need to watch this documentary. If you are really trying to create something, go somewhere, do something, be better, walk into your greatness, or just pursue excellence, I think that you should definitely watch this documentary, because he really hit a lot of the major points of the things that you need, the mindsets that you need to have if you plan to actually reach success in whatever it is that you want to do. And he is so right. Even with my YouTube channel, y'all, like, I am starting to see this huge amount of growth and success, but it only came after I started to build momentum. And I only built momentum by creating videos and not stopping creating videos, waking up every day and making more videos, regardless of who was watching, regardless of who wasn't watching, just having a conversation and getting things done. And then the last thing that I wanted to note was that he also talked about the off-season mentality, and you only get better by practicing, whether that's basketball, rap, whatever. And that, again, is so true. The perfect thing to end on when talking about the documentary that he just released, because you got to do the work, y'all. Like, you got to get out here and practice. If you want to be a YouTuber, continue to make videos. Even if you don't post them, make them. Start talking about the things that you want to talk about. Start doing the things you want to do. You want to do hair, start doing hair. Like, whatever it is, get into your off-season mentality, start practicing, start getting those reps in, and I promise you will see success. But moving on, a few weeks ago, word came in that Cole had been training to pursue a professional basketball career, and now we know that he will be playing with a Rwandan club in the Basketball Africa League on the Rwanda side of the Patriots BBC in their inaugural season. Their first game, according to ESPN, will be happening against the Nigeria Rivers Hoopers this coming Sunday. And Cole arrived in Rwanda on May 8th and is in the midst of quarantining in order to play in this 12-team league. In fact, not only is he about to play basketball, but he went pro in Africa. Tell me who you know. Oh wait, y'all know I watch DK for Life, so that came from them. What's up, y'all? Anyway, I love this. I absolutely love this, and I'm wishing Cole the best amount of luck, sending him love and light in his first game. I can't wait to see. I'm gonna figure out how I can check into this game, whether it's catching it live or catching the replay of it. We gotta support our good homie. And before I get out of here, let's talk about his new music as well as what my issue was last summer. The rapper released new music recently called The Interlude, which I'm assuming is prepping us for a full album drop this summer. After last summer, I'm excited to see this change in direction for Cole. He has made quite a few changes, and it seems like he's more intentional. He's a little bit more self-critical and definitely self-improved. The Interlude is a song that he is speaking very deeply of and what he has going on and his thoughts about the world. So check it out. I'm gonna link it in the description box down below so that you can take a listen. I like it. I mean, I love Cole's music aside from the lovely Snow in the Bluffs that he dropped last summer, which caused us to have so much beef. I'm going to try to make this quick. I had an issue with Cole dropping Snow in the Bluff last summer because I did feel like he was gaslighting No Name, and he got in his defensive bag and she didn't even send any shots his way. He really just took offense by something based off of like if the shoe fits, wear it, and he felt like the shoe fit, so he wore it. And then he decided to say some things that I just feel like really mirrored a lot of what Black men look at Black women in our culture, in our society like, and I just didn't like it. Me being a dark-skinned Black woman, I experienced quite a bit of gaslighting. I experienced quite a bit of disrespect. While he didn't intend for it to come off the way that it did, the lyrics that he used in Snow in the Bluff and how he really just kind of was very condescending and defensive about his ignorance and making it her fault or making it her issue, I just felt like it was ridiculous, and more of our Black men have to step up. If you feel like you're ignorant, if you feel like you don't know something, if you feel less than, then deal with that on your own, but don't try to belittle another Black woman because she is informed, because she is speaking on issues, and because she can articulate those things well, because whatever shortcomings that you're feeling in juxtaposition of her, it's not her fault. She has done the work that she needed to do to get to wherever place that she's in, and she's not required and you are not entitled to be pulled along by her, and she doesn't have to pull you with her or educate you. And for me, the conversation around that song, as well as the conversation that he had with that song, just spoke of a very entitled Black man and I was just like, I can't. But with your new changes, Cole, I am back on board. I'm back on your team. I definitely think that with his release of Snow in the Bluff, he was able to get the backlash and hear all of the reasons why there was issues with that song, and I think that he might have thought on it, and that's all that you can really ask for. Nobody is perfect, right? So we're all out here trying to do the best that we can, and like I said, he's always been talented. That has not changed. We're going to make missteps, but for me, as long as you can address the missteps, as long as you can step into and take ownership for the things that you do, the hurt that you cause, that's all we can really ask of anyone. And I'm definitely supporting him. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have you watched the documentary? Are you watching the documentary? Have you heard the new music? Are you checking for Cole playing in the African Basketball League? Tell me all that and more in the comment section down below. And as always, I'm your girl Erica Vane. I bring you new entertainment news, television breakdowns, film reviews, and more every single day, multiple times a day. So you should really join the tribe by hitting subscribe. I think you're gonna love it here. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.